This video is brought to you by Cheaper Cash. Hey guys, it's Sal here, and in this video I'll be talking about the new early 2020 Infinix device that comes with a pop-up camera. First off, there has been a lot of speculation about the new Infinix device, or at least the next lineup being the Infinix S6, but that may not likely be the case. Chances that it will be called an S6 is slim compared to the chances that it will be called an S5 Pro. Just getting that out of the way. So why do I think so? Well, Infinix just launched the S5 like 2 months ago, so jumping over to the S6 might be a big leap, especially in the naming scheme. So this would be a simple upgrade to what made the S5 good, and of course a trendy pop-up camera feature. I also don't expect much like a major launch, maybe a minor launch or a silent announcement, but time will tell. In this video I'll be talking about what to expect, and I'll have my timestamps in the description of this video so that you can skip ahead to sections that you want to get quickly informed about. All right, as I always say, without further ado, let's get to the video. For a quick refresher, Infinix has so far released 6 devices in their S series lineup: the S1, S2, S3, S3X, S4, S5, which I reviewed 2 months ago when it was launched here, and of course you can find out with the link in the description below. The S5 was Infinix's first hole punch display device, and it had a quad camera setup on the back with quad flash, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. That was the version I had, and it cost me 53,000 naira. They also made a 6GB RAM and 128GB of storage version for 62,500 naira. And what is this new S5 Pro all about? A major feature of this new Infinix device that we're about to see would be, of course, having an all-screen display, pretty much the same aspect ratio as the 6.6 inch that we had on the S5, but not without any distraction in front like with the punch hole camera. I wouldn't be too keen on getting a 1080p display on this device. I'll probably keep it at 720p, but an AMOLED this time maybe. Please, Infinix, give us a 1080p AMOLED display, please. Well, a major reason why I think we may not get a 1080p display but a 720p one is because it's still in the S5 lineup. And if you've watched my S5 review, again linked below, you will know that the S5 Lite, which was a smaller version, has a 720p display. They all have 720p displays, so now it's more like a completed trio: S5 Lite, S5 and S5 Pro, sort of like the iPhone 11, 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max, sort of. A major reason why we'll of course be having a true full view display is simply because we're getting a pop-up camera up front. This has been teased and teased quite a lot, and numerous articles have taken this up. Yes, we'll be getting our first Infinix pop-up camera on the right side if you look at it from the front, or the left side if you look at it from the back. The next thing would be, of course, color options. Of course, we've seen that we've got nebular sort of galaxy starfield designs all over the S5, S5 Lite. The S5 Pro should follow these footsteps. It should also be in that nebula color finish. Last time we had Quetzal Cyan, Nebula Black and Violet, which I think may also make comebacks this year again. So yeah, the new S5 Pro again. Speculations also point towards us ditching the fingerprint reader that we previously had on the back of the S5 for an in-display fingerprint that we had on the Camon 12 Pro. This is definitely welcome. I just hope it would be, you know, as fast as a normal fingerprint scanner. Also, in terms of the ports and I/O, we may still maintain our headphone jack, speaker grill, and I'm afraid a USB 2 port and not a USB Type-C port. A main reason for this minute clamor is sort of the uniformity or maybe standardization. A lot of devices are moving towards USB-C, and it easily aids in better charging speeds, faster transfer speeds, uniformity, just like I mentioned earlier. Type-C is small, Type-C is fast, and if you have a newer MacBook, everything is probably already gone Type-C for you, and the S5 may not really fit into your world. But if we get a USB-C port on the S5 Pro, that would be very good though. Specification wise, specifically for the processor, RAM and storage, we may have 2 options, and it's not exactly clear which we'll be having. It's possible that we may be having MediaTek's Helio P65, which is a more capable processor, and the second option is MediaTek's Helio P35. Comment below which one you think would be in use, the P65 or P35. Also, if you saw my S5 review, you know that for the S5 Lite we had 2 options, 4+64 and 3+32. This is the same thing in the case of the S5. We'll have 2 options, 4 gig RAM, 64 gig storage, 60 gram, 128 gig storage. In my speculations, we're definitely going to be seeing some matching S5 storage and RAM versions having 128 gigabytes. So 128 gigabytes will be interesting. It will be something to look forward to. Hopefully it doesn't exceed the 65 to 7,000 naira mark. I'm guessing 58 to 68,000 naira. As far as the battery, I don't know if Infinix has any trick up their sleeves to introduce a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, but my best bet is a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. And in terms of operating systems, we might be looking at Android 10 for good measure, but then again, it's sort of 50-50 chance between that and Android 9. Cameras will remain the same in my opinion, and we should have that pop-up camera up front, 32 megapixel here, so it should be 32 megapixels. Speculations also say it may be 16 megapixels, which in my opinion will be quite a downgrade to what we'll be getting. On the back, however, we may just be getting a similar alternative to what we had on the Redmi Note 8. So why do I say that? Well, this is the first time we may be getting a 48 megapixel sensor on an Infinix device. In hierarchy, as I always check it, we should have a 48 megapixel sensor, 5 megapixel wide angle, 2 megapixel depth sensor, and 2 megapixels for VGA or for low light, which is also a similar feature that we had on the S5. So basically, it's just, you know, a slight build upon. Also, guys, because of that transient connection, we'll definitely see Tecno coming up with a pop-up camera device, and this is just the way the S5 sort of pays homage to the Camon 12 Air, which came out from Tecno. Yeah, before I conclude, guys, none of these are yet to be confirmed. I have reached out, but I haven't gotten any information yet from Infinix. But you guys could just go ahead on Twitter or Instagram, and you know, I'll display my handles right here. I'll be dropping more updates. You guys can chat me up there. Also, guys, this video was brought to you by Chipper Cash, which is pretty much the cheapest way to send and receive money locally and internationally. First off, Chipper Cash lets you send and receive money for free across Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and Tanzania. So if you're in any of these countries or you have relatives there, this is a pretty interesting option for you. They let you send money to any Nigerian bank account with no transfer charges, which is quite insane, and they help you save 3% on airtime. So Chipper Cash is available on iOS and the Play Store. I'll leave a link to where you can get the app in the description, and make sure you use my link below, and you know, you'll be supporting the channel as well. Okay, so as far as the launch date, Infinix maintains that it should be this quarter, maybe this month actually, this January, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's not just a new S5 with a pop-up camera. All right, I'm also seeing similar traits on the Infinix Hot 9, but that's a discussion for another day. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and also do subscribe and hit the bell icon to turn on post notifications so you'll be the first to know when I drop a new video. All right, thanks a lot for watching again, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.